Hello, traders. My name is Anna and I am head coach at Leverage. Today, we are going to have a live trading room where I'm going to execute trades. I do want to put a disclaimer out there that this is only for entertainment, and please make sure that if you risk, then make sure that you can afford to lose what you risk with. Okay, so the idea is this. I'm going to go through the chart, and if you want me to analyze a specific chart, please let me know. And let's get to it. So you can see that I actually have two trades open. They have been open for a while. One of them were just the trade that I added on while I was on the webinar. So please don't make assumptions of me as a trader when you see these trades. So some of them are just for the sake of putting them on, just so I can show traders maybe how CTrader works or how to calculate risk. Okay, but now I'm looking at the GU. I do want to say that we have news coming in for dollar in an hour, but by that time we're going to be finished anyways on the live trading room. So GU is currently actually going for new highs. We can see that these were the previous highs and we took them out in the Asia session, and you can see the clear break, and now we're moving lower. So today I entered sales based on the fact that we did broke lower. So if you read a price action similar to me, then for example, if you see that the price has broken up but then failed to go higher, like with this bullish engulfing candle, we still failed to move higher. What has happened now, the market has moved lower, and what we can see is that market is going lower. It breakdown, came back to retest, and then gave this bearish engulfing candle. And this is actually where I entered. I entered just a little bit later on because I could not decide should I enter or not, but I did enter in here. Thank you so much for joining in. Hey, awesome. Good to have you here. Let me know if you have any preference for the chart analysis. So yeah, this is the reason why I took the sells, because we have taken out the highs and we failed to move higher. So for example, I think it's really important always to check the 4-hour time frames. And if you check the 4 hours, we're very much bullish in here. And I do want to say that interesting happened, because you see how we broke. There was such a big bullish push in here, right? And we closed with another very bullish candle. So that actually would indicate that it is time to buy and it's time to be a buyer in the market. But then when you drop on the lower time frame, it's more like looking like a fake out instead of an actual breakout. And this is where your strategy comes in. This is where your experience as trader comes in as well, because it is so hard to say to let's say to figure out who is what is what, right? The breakout or the fake out. So this is starting to look more like a fake out, because on lower time frame we did reach higher, right, in here, and then we pushed down and we broke some structure while we were pushing down. And then like the next thing that I would be looking when I'm analyzing the market is like this structure in here, right? So this is our low, and you can see what happened in here, that this low actually was not broken down. Dark trader, which time frame? So this is at the moment I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame, but I was also showing you 4 hours, and you can see in 4 hours we're very bullish. We have made the high. We came to retest that. You can also see the double top pattern in here, and then price pushed lower, came back to retest this area and did push higher, right? So actually looking like this is a breakout. However, dropping back to 15 minutes, we can see that that's more like a fake out in there. So for me, I would say this: to be comfortable to stay in this trade, I would look for two things, okay? One thing would be, I want to see the price to continue to go down, because I want to see new lows. So this is my closest low, right? So I want it to be broken. So if I can see that the price will push down, right? If the price will push down and take these lows and close below them, then that's a really good indication that we are going down. Because currently what happened, yes, we did break lower. We took this low, right? So this was the previous low, then the price printed it. We took this low. We also took this low, but this one in here, we could not. So the price could not push there. It was not bearish enough, okay? So that's why I'm waiting to see. Now, would I get out of this trade? No, it just doesn't make sense for me to get out of this trade, because the way I trade is I trade either until it hits my stop loss or take profit, unless there is high impact news. And there are high impact news coming out in 55 minutes. And because I'm trading GU, so pound dollar, the news are coming out on dollar, right? So that means that the pair will move. There's going to be a volatility in the market and the price might go anyway. So for me to protect my capital, what I'm doing, I'm going to get out of the trade. I'm going to shut it down. Okay, so that is GU. So I see GU being more bearish and keep on breaking the structure. Obviously, another thing, what we can see, and as a trader, I always say it's like a 50-50 game. So 50% it's going to go down, 50% it's going to go up, right? So that's like you have two choices. Now, I do see that this price also can go up. So if it doesn't go lower, right, what can happen then is the price will start to go higher, and it's going to do what? It's going to break the previous structure, right? So the previous highs. So it's going to be looking like this, right? We're going to break this point, and then the price is going to come higher. So obviously that is also a possibility, right? So that's why it's so important to have a clear rules, how you're managing your trades, how much you're risking, like your risk management, everything is, it's so important that you have the plan when you trade. Okay, let's look at the EU. So EU, I did put this trade on. Like, I really don't have analysis for this trade. I really don't. I did put this trade on just like an example in the webinar. So what I do see in here is when I look at this, where is the zone? Where's some either support or resistance in the market? So what I do see is a zone in here. Let me try and put the color. Oh, that's too dark. We'll put it a bit more transparent. Like so. So this is my resistance zone, right? So let's read the price action together, what the price did. So we started to come from here. We pushed into the zone, we rejected it, and price went lower. It did try to push again in the zone, but failed. So again, moved lower, right? So this is actually quite a consolidation. And now what happened here, it did touch this in here, right? I would say, almost touched it in here. I could make a zone like a little bit bigger than it would be. Yeah, it touched it. Yeah, let's see if I zoom out, then the zone would be here. That would be all the zone. But if we look at the closest price action, like at the moment, then we can see that actually this candle right here, this red candle, that was my indication to sell. That was really the indication to sell. And in my trading plan, that's where I would execute the sell position. And at the moment, actually, we would be at the break even. So if the news would not be so close, I might enter, the trade in here. So let's wait and see how this 15-minute candle is closing. If it's bearish, then I might add just another setup in here. So that is also my analysis for EU. We can see that EU also pushed really high. I will put you in the 4-hour time frame. So let's look at the 4. This was 15-minute time frame. So you can see that on the 4 hours, we also have been pushing high a lot. And now we're printing more like into consolidation, which is not really, like, we did consolidate here. I would say we did pull back, right? And then bullish momentum kicked in again. And then the price just rejected. Also, like, I think it's important, like, to have, when you are a trader and you're trading, I think it's important also to find your confirmations, or find, let's say, if you're more of a reversal trader, then find the point in the market where the price might reverse. And one of the things would be to use psychological levels in the market. So I think there's obviously there's different ways how you can say what is the psychological level in the market. Someone will say it's a level where the price has bounced quite a lot, so it's like a strong either support resistance. That's like a key level, or psychological level. But another thing, I think it's the round numbers, and the round number principle like has been here for a long time now. And if I look at this here, so this high came to 15700. So it was not really close to 1.16. So you can't really say that this was a round number. Yeah. So, but we are currently actually at the round number, which is like 14, like 27, only 2 pips. So maybe this is printing to be like a key level. And if we stay below it, then there is a possibility for the price to go lower, right? So I think overall for EU, obviously we have been very bullish, but when I look at the price action that is just happening right now, then I think it is more bearish. It is more bearish, especially if we can stay below this area in here. Yeah, so I would be more of a bearish. So in 15 minutes, 15 minutes are looking like this. So we are rejecting our zone, right? So, and if I get the bearish closure of the candle, then we can start to think about adding into the sales. So yeah, I'm going to take a trade after the candle if it does close bearish. So we still have 4 minutes until the candle will close. So we'll wait and see. Okay, I did say today that I would like to challenge myself and start to trade, maybe not to trade, but start to analyze like new assets. So I have been trading Forex for most of my trading journey. I used to trade oil. I also used to trade like Bitcoin, but that would be really not trading. That is more like investing, right? Investing into the asset, but not really day trading. I used to trade different pairs, and one of them would be GJ or also EJ. Another pair really that I like to trade was pound, euro pound, which now I haven't really like looked at it, but I think traders like that pair because it doesn't move like a lot. The range is much smaller. So I think it's actually good for like scalping. And the traders who do trade euro pounds, I think they're more like a scalping trader. So if you trade euro pound, let me know. I think those are very rare traders to find who actually trade that pair. And nothing wrong with the pair, nothing wrong at all. So, but I think I want to go into more like an indices and try and figure out maybe I can analyze the indices market and then see if I can find a setup based on the way I trade, based on my strategy. So first of all, I do want to say that at Leveraged, we offer C-Trader platform, and this is what you see. This is the C-Trader, and we have a watch list. So this is like what our risk manager has created, but you could also see all the symbols, right? You can see watch list or all the symbols. So what you can trade with us is indices. You can trade crypto. You can trade commodities, metals, and then obviously Forex. Okay. So if I go to all symbols, let's see what we have in indices. That's quite a big list. So I think most of the traders who trade, like that I speak with and I know, I think it mostly is going to be either German 40, which is this one in here. Also, it can be sometimes a little bit confusing because the names of the indices can be different on different platforms. So yeah, make sure that you're trading the correct one. But you can always tell by the the value. So even if it's like different, the name different, you can always tell by the value. I think I'm gonna go with the US 30, which is basically, if you don't know what the indices are like a group of stocks. So instead of like you are just buying like one stock, you can buy like a portfolio of the stock. So in this US 30, in there's actually it's like 30 biggest companies. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there is 30 biggest USA companies in under the US 30 indice. Okay, so do I want to look at it? Okay, I'll look at it. probably indices, obviously, they moved a lot because of what's going on in the market. I think they get affected way more than forex pairs of what is going on in the market. Dark Trader has a question. Do you depend on correlation when it comes to taking trades? So I personally trade two pairs, which is EU and GU. And because they are both against dollar, so what happens if I have a trade, let's say on EU, which is buys, but then I take that trade and the next somehow GU gives me the sells, so the sell opportunity. And I will never go against because they are both, they are both EU, so euro, dollar, and pound dollar, right? So against the dollar, so it just wouldn't make sense for me to go against that. But yeah, if you mean like a mirror trading, right? Because you can also find a pair which is like inverted pairs. I have never really considered doing that. Taking that in consideration. Okay, let's try and analyze that US30. Hopefully I can find some zones to look at. Okay, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take us to trading view, and it's gonna give us more. It is going to give us more of the chart, more of the data. Okay. Right, now you have big me on the whole screen. Okay. Right. I will share another screen, just a wee second. It is going to be here. Okay. Right. Okay. This is how it is looking, and we are going to try and attempt to analyze this beast. Can I say a beast? Because that's how I always have said it. US30 is a beast. And honestly, hats off to all the traders who are trading indices, to all the traders who are trading more volatile pairs. Honestly, hats off to you guys for being emotionally stable and making good decisions. Okay. Right. Let's try and analyze this. So I will start with a higher time frame because I think it's important that we start with the higher and then we kind of go and drop on the lower time frame. So what I can see is there's a lot of movement here for sure. So we were very bearish. We made a double bottom in here, and I can add my zone in here. Right. So let's say this is going to be my zone, right? So I included this price action here and this one. So we have a double bottom. Okay. We can see that the price pushed, never came to here, right? So failed to come in here, and then pushed higher. The next zone, what I would do, I like this area in here, right? So this wick, we pushed higher, then broke down, and you can see that this right here, I will put my zone in there. You can see how it retested this like low in the market that was broken, and then it came to retest. Okay, so I think this is what I'm seeing as a range, and I will take a next one as well. So if I zoom out and if I look what has happened before, let's try and put the range of the zone in here. So I would say I want to include this price action in here. Just making sure not too clean. I think the cleanest would be this one in here. But okay, let's leave it this one. Let's leave this one because I think this wick, rejection wick, is quite important. So this is how my range is looking on higher time frame, which is 4 hours. So we're looking at the 4-hour time frame here. Okay. And this is US30. This is something that me as a trader, I very rarely do. Like I only do it when someone else is asking, but then I was put on the spot and I was challenged to actually, try and look for something else. As traders, I don't know if you agree, but we evolve as traders. We are always evolving because markets are always changing and we need to adapt to new conditions in the market. So yeah, let's look at US30. Now I can drop to the 15 minutes and you will see that this is my zones from 4 hours. And let's see how the price moved in here. So Yeah, prices are moving really nicely. So I would say what I want to do now, it's either, okay, two options really, right? It's always two options. It's 50-50, guys. Always and forever in trading. It's 50-50 and not the other way. Like there's always going to be either one or the other. So we can wait until the price comes into this zone and then rejects and goes lower, right? Or what will happen, where's the next zone, right? So, and this is my strategy. This is how I trade. If you analyze it differently, it's absolutely fine, okay? So what we can do is if we see a break of the zone, retest, then continuation, right? So what I would do is I would wait until the price comes into the zone, rejects, gives me entry. By the way, speaking about entry, I said that I'm going to enter the EU. Did it give us bearish candle? Oh, it did. So this would be my entry on EU. Right, so obviously can't say it. Can't do it now. Let's see if we can't get to our, let's try and target the lows here. Like so. So this would be my entry on the bearish closure and just put in the stops. If we're targeting low, then I need to put the stops above this one. But will we have enough risk to reward? For me, enough is 2R. Yeah, 2R. Okay, let's put this in here. This is like for my reference. I'll come back to it. Okay, back to US30. So yeah, two options. Either we're going to push into the zone and reject, or we're breaking it, we're retesting it, and then we're going higher. Now this sounds simple, right? Very simple, two options. But the thing is, there can happen many things, right? So let me take off these little prediction arrows. What can happen is price might go higher, kind of break it, and then what it can do, go straight away down, right? So never go higher. It will break as a fake out. So similar what happens, what is happening now, like in the GU, right? So the price did broke, gave a retest and everything, but never continues to go higher. It just went lower, right? So, and now it's the same thing in here. That's why I think traders should trade with proper confirmation, and they should try and trade in a way where they are expecting that, not expecting, I'll tell you this, you trade in a way where you accept your loss before you enter the trade. And I think that's like one of the techniques that I have used as a trader, where there was times where I would actually take a pen and paper and I would literally write it down. Today, I accept my losses. And then I put the little note somewhere on my desk and I would look at it and I accept the loss. And I think that's why it's so important as well for the traders to understand, even if it doesn't go your way as you have predicted, as you have planned, it doesn't mean that your strategy doesn't work or that you're a bad trader. It just means that some trades don't work out, and that is absolutely fine. So in this case, you know, what I'm seeing that we're most likely will come to the zone and then we'll retest, we'll reject the zone, we'll get the confirmation, and then I can sell. Then I can sell this. However, it doesn't happen if something like this happens, where, you know, maybe even worse, right? I'll show you what's even the worst is this, where you get in, right? You get a really nice entry in here, really nice confirmation. It does go your way, and then it does this. So that's also not that nice. And you know what? I can, like, now on the spot, I can come up with so many different versions what the price might do, how the market might move, what is the next thing. Like, I can come up with so many things, but I think the main thing here is that you have a plan in place. You know what you're expecting. If you see the confirmation, you take the trade. You take the trade no matter what, even if it's a loser or a winner, but you take the trade and then you're following your plan. And that's like these practices will actually make you something that I stand like for, and I'm really, really proud of, is these actions on trading your plan, putting a proper risk in place, always waiting for confirmation that's in your plan. That makes you into a data-driven trader or a purpose-driven trader or a process-driven trader. So look, three things, right? The data, the process, and the purpose. And I think those are the the most successful traders who have those three things or have those qualities that helps them to make decision or to follow their plan. So yeah, for me it's really a lot of things can happen in here, but the main thing is how I analyze is like I put my zones in place, and the zone is really just area where the price has been the most or like sometimes when I need to explain for the beginner traders, I am saying that this is the place where the price has partied the most, or because it's like this at this place we're having a party, we're having party again in here and again in here, and we might have it in here, so just to like humorize it a little bit and make trading not as daunting and boring, because trading is boring. And they say once it's boring, then you have achieved the success, right? But like, I want some fun as well. So yeah, the zone is just simply where the price has been the most. And I just need to now wait and see what the price will do. Is it going to go up or down? And if it does come into the zone, will it reject or not? Okay, so this, wait, let me actually put my arrows in there. I'm going to leave them. So come here to retest and then go lower. Or if we do break, right, retest and then go higher. So this is like my analysis on this one. So okay, US30 is done. Super proud of myself, super pleased with myself. Now I'm going to try and do a metal. So actually, I already did some analysis last time. I think I did the analysis for the Discord community. So the leverage Discord community, guys. If you're not part of the Discord community, there is a link in description and you can join Discord community. I also suggest that you sign up for the dashboard, and you will be able to gain access to a lot of different tools, AI tools, economic calendar. You will be able to see the academy with the course and a lot of good articles as well. Right, so this is gold, the same thing. Let's do the same thing. I will start on 4 hours. Let's see, 4 hours. Okay, we're very bullish. We're very bullish. We just reached the highs. So I think I did said last time, I'm very comfortable buying this because look at the bullishness in here, right? It just, you would feel comfortable buying this because this is like a clear bullish trend. Now, at the same time, what comes up must come down. So again, that 50-50 game is just what is more, where is more confirmation? What side are you? So if this is a sell and this is a buy, looking at the gold, would you be comfortable selling or would you be comfortable buying? Because the trend is bullish. We have pushed bullish. We now have a strong support. So bullish, right? So this is the support in here. We have rejected 1, 2, 3, 4 times, or we have had party at this level 4 times. So that just indicates more bullishness than bearishness, correct? So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather buy this than sell this. So if I need to make an analysis on this, then I would add another zone in here. So this is the high, and we can see that the price came to here, pushed back, broke this, came back to retest. What happened? Never went higher, okay? Just broke straight down and went to this area. And now we have this area as a strong support. Again, we have been bouncing up and down of it. So kind of into the ping pong stage now, okay? So now these are the 4 hour zones. I think the next one, if the price does go lower, I think the next zone I would like to trade from, it's either this. See, there's going to be nothing on the left there because we're so bullish. Or the next zone then would be, technically thinking, it could be this one here. I'm just going to add a bunch of rectangles here. So don't get freaked out, okay? Bunch of rectangles coming your way. Yeah, so these would be these areas where I would be like looking at to see if the price is doing something, either breaking lower, coming to retest, or rejecting this area. So that would be the analysis. But I honestly think we are going to go higher and break this. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. What are we going to do? Right, my path. This is my favorite tool to use. Okay, so we go here, retest, we can go, bounce like this, or break, retest, and then make highs. And I have more confirmation for this to happen. So for a break above, retest, and go higher, I think this is definitely more confirmation here. We're bullish, so makes more sense for this to go bullish. So yeah, let's go try and do 15 minutes if we can see if we do have some setups in place. Yeah, we do. Like the way I trade, right? So I think I was live on Monday. So no, to Tuesday. I was live last week, Friday. Let's see, Friday, what happened? And I said that we're going to buy here. Look at that. It's beautiful. If we would buy on this bullish candle, we would have reached this area here, even all the way to the zone. And then we could have been a seller. But you know how I'm speaking? You could have done this. You could have done that. I think this is so bad for traders, like to speak like that, to see. I'm not saying it's bad to backtest. No, backtesting is good. But see how I'm doing this? Because I already know what has happened in the market. It's so much easier for me to sit here and pretend like I'm all smart and I know everything, actually, because I can see what has happened. But the hardest part as a trader is to actually do this, put these lines, put these arrows or lines in there, and then see if it's happening that way or not, right? So that's where your skill set comes in, not if you just come here, read the charts, and yeah, I would have bought in there and there, I sold in here, oh, and then I sold in here. So you know what I mean? It's not good. Okay, so I think what we could see is, so for the price to either come again to this level and we could try and be a seller, or if it does break above, then we can be a buyer and really target these previous highs, which is all-time high. So yeah, gold is looking bullish. It is looking bullish. Let's see what our EU is doing. What EU is doing? EU is kind of falling now. Okay. What is GU doing? GU came to retest. Okay. Interesting. We do have news coming in like less than half an hour now. So if you do have any trades open, and if you do manage the trades, I do. So I'll need to close my trades. I'll definitely need to close the trade. And let's see how it's going to be. But yeah, that's what it is. We need to manage our trade, and we need to make sure that if it says for us to get out, we need to get out. So yeah, but this is good to see. This is interesting. So I'm going to leave all this my analysis in here because I want to make sure that, later on I'll be able to see, especially for US 30 and for the gold. Okay, so Becky is here and says, can you look into EU? Yeah, so please don't take this as a signal. Okay, I did put the disclaimer at the beginning, and I do want to remind again, guys, these are not signals. Okay, so I'm just analyzing market and just sharing the way I see my perspective on the market. So yeah, EU, I'm thinking more bearish than bullish. But if it does break above, then we can turn into a seller. But at the moment, we are at the resistance. We rejected it nicely. We can see, I can take this as like a double top, even not this. This doesn't count as a one because you can see all this bullishness. It just doesn't make this to count it like as a leg, right? So this would be first and this is second. So that could be a double top there. And yeah, sellers definitely more. Yeah, sellers are looking much better than the buyers. So, and on a higher time frame though, I know, guys, that this is very, very bullish. It's same as gold, right? So for the gold, I'm like, yeah, I'm very comfortable buying the gold, but here, yeah, I'm selling it because I'm also a pullback trader. So when the price is pulling back, that's actually what I'm getting into, because what I have noticed lately is that I do also trade continuation, but when the trend is continuing, like it's going to go up, but it's not going to again pull back enough for me to enter that trade and continue on the trend. So, and that is what it is. I think it's really hard to accept that, because lately, like I have been let's say trading a pullback and then failing a lot of pullbacks simply because the market is just pushing now. We are in the pushing phase where everything is very volatile, everything moves very fast. The range, let's say the range, what normal range for EU was about 35 pips a day, maybe a bit more, right? But let's say, so we opened today. Today's open is right here. Let's see, 12 here. Okay, so let's take range 36. Okay, today is actually not that bad. Not that bad. I thought it's going to be bigger. I thought it's going to be like 60 pips, 60 pip range, because you know there was literally this. I think this was the day when market just moved like 260 pips or something, which was like ridiculous. That's how much Euro USD is moving in a month, and that is happening in a day. So yeah, this range is actually normal. This is what the normal is looking. So yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if this range is now like, if this is the time where markets are actually starting to calm down, or is this the time where we're just like kind of in a, you know how if there's a storm and then in the middle it's the peace, right? So are we in this middle now, or actually the storm has passed and we are in the quiet stage? So I think it's just the middle. Like we're literally in the center and the storm is about to hit. So that's how I feel. But yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. Okay, let's look. What is US 30 doing? Nothing much. My zones are way too higher. Gold still pushing. I don't know where it's going to go. GU pushing lower. Really nice to see. And then EU is also pushing lower. So yeah, this is interesting. What is happening in the market. There is going to be news. So, okay. So no more analysis, really. I can't do any more analysis. I do want to talk about leveraged. So I will actually share the dashboard with you. And like I said, if you sign up with leveraged, where there is a link in description, so if you click on the link, you will be able to sign up and you will be gaining access to your dashboard then. So once you have access to the dashboard, you will be able to see all the tools. And today specifically, I actually want to talk about AI tools that we are offering. So let me share my screen once again. You will see very big. Okay. I will share the screen and it's going to be AI tools. Okay, so this is my leverage dashboard, and this is all what you're getting in here. Okay, so once you click on AI tools, you will be able to see that we are offering like analysis. So you can go into technicals, news. You also can get risk calculator. And then fundamental analysis, performance statistics. I really like this one. And then basically what you can do is, for you not to come here every day to check this, you can simply subscribe to AI analysis. If you add your email in here, and then you'll be able to receive emails directly to your inbox. And then you can see how it can help you, right? So actually yesterday, I do want to say this, yesterday in the Discord, if you're not in Discord, please join the Discord. Yesterday in Discord, I posted the AI analysis on oil, and it was saying that the oil is like gonna go down, and there was like arrow pointing down, just like in here, you can see, for example, this is DAX 40, so German 40. And you can see that the AI tool is telling us that we are probably going to reach like this support area in here. Okay, so the price is going down, and yesterday same thing happened to the oil. It was showing that the price is going to the support area. So I posted on the Discord and I said, this is what the AI is predicting. And obviously there is a lot of nuances when it comes to trading with this, when it comes to taking the AI analysis actually in consideration for your trading. But I think it was super cool to see that it actually worked. You know, it really did work. And you know, we are evolving, right? We are evolving. And I think as traders, for me at least, it's interesting now to use some AI tools and to see how that can help my trading. So yeah, here you can get and see all that we have, you know, all the analysis. Then a super cool thing is when you trade with the C Trader, actually these tools, they are already integrated in the C Trader. So you don't need to come check in here. You will be able to see them in your C Trader. Okay. So, but yeah, this is simply how it looks. There's definitely like better ways to use it, and like I said, I'm going to make a webinar about it. So if you go to our website, you will be able to see the webinar schedule, and I'll make sure that I make a webinar how to use these AI tools and how they can help us as traders. And I think it's just super cool to have it like maybe like another confirmation for yourself, and then what I do like is performance statistics. So this is really interesting because let's say you look at the Australian dollar, okay, Australian dollar against the dollar, and you can see that total how many like analysis we have had is 1,376. Okay, the correct ones were 984. So if you're a trader with already experience, like 71% success rate is actually really high as a traders. It is really high, right? So if I can learn how to use these tools and get a 71% success rate, I'm going to be a profitable trader, right? So that's why I really want to get on top of these AI tools and make sure that the traders can find a way how to use them, like myself as well. I really want to find a way how I can use them in the trading. Yeah, and then risk calculator, you can also use the risk calculator in here, but in a C Trader, I need to say again, in the C Trader, you already have a risk calculator inside of there, so it's like you don't need to use this one in here. So yeah, that is AI tools. Then we have a trading resources. So one of them would be like newsfeed, so everything that's going on in the market. Economic calendar, it's like three stars is your high impact news, 2 stars medium, and low impact is 1 star. If you are a leverage trader, then you need to check out the news rules, and you cannot trade 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after the high impact news. So that's why you need to make sure that you always check this calendar and make sure that you're not trading at the high impact news. And then another thing is, let's see, Academy. Market reviews. Okay, so market review is written by our analyst, and when you click read more, I'm not going to do it because you won't be able to see it because I'm sharing the screen. But when you click more, then there's going to pop up all the daily review, and you can read through and see what has like happened in the market, what was the bigger change, and what was the things that really happened, in the news, and also charts and all that. So I think that's also a really good tool if you want to use it. And then also webinars, so you can sign up for all the webinars in here in your dashboard. And then I do want to show how it looks once you get your account. Okay, so this is my simulation for Senior Portfolio Manager Phase 1. So that's the account that you saw me use in the C Trader, which is currently in the drawdown. So I have only taken one trade in there. I used half risk for this one, and you can see that it hit the stop loss. The dashboard just shows your equity curve in there. For the Senior Portfolio Manager, you need to have 3 profitable trading days. Each trading day counts as 0.5% profit on closed positions. Then you can see your performance overview, and then these are like statistics for your trades and trades that are closed. This is your daily loss limit, which is really, really important. And this is the daily retest. If you're a trader who's using a bigger risk, or you want to trade with a bigger risk, basically, then this is important that you check the times when the daily resets are happening. Okay, so when that's your dashboard, once you sign up, you can get access to AI tools, you can get access to trading resources, and also Academy. And then yeah, I'll take you back to the charts. Okay, big me again. Okay, stop screen. I'm going to share trading view. No, actually, let's share C Trader. Okay, let's show you the C Trader. what is happening in there. Are we losing or are we winning? Okay. Right. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay. C-Trader. Where's my C-Trader? Here. So we're still in a minus, and I need to shut down the trades because the news are coming in 15 minutes. Let me check. So let's see. Okay. I will be closing the trades. The news are coming. So this is demonstration how you close the trades on the C-Trader. I have actually set its double click is just for the safety because I think it's so important. And honestly, I can't even like say how important it is to actually have the double click because I've seen myself. Sometimes you can just like click once and then you're like, what have I done? Why have I closed the trade? So always make sure to go in the settings and put the quick trade as a double click. So 2 clicks. So when I click twice, I'll be able to close the positions. Okay. So let's see how this is looking. Also cool thing on a C-Trader is that you can see, how it's all looking that I sold in here and then I exited in there. Okay. Well, you didn't see it, huh? Sorry about that, guys. So, and now you can see the screen. I just lost it. Okay. So this, I closed the trades. I needed to press the double click. Actually, let me quickly enter the trade and I'll show you how to do it. Okay. So the stop loss, you can just drag it. Take profit, you can drag it. And when you want to close the trade, it is so important. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was trying to explain to you, that you need to double click it because as traders, we can make so many mistakes. Look at that. I didn't share my screen and I was telling to you, go and check this out. Go and look at this. So how you close the trade is you double click 1, 2, and then I'm out. And if somehow I accidentally click on it, somehow my finger slips out, I don't know what happens, right? Then you're not going to close it because you need to double click on it. So I think that is super important to do. So yeah, I'm interested how the market is going to move during these news. Is my analysis going to work on US 30, also on gold? Are we going to be bullish, bearish? Obviously, gold is also going to be affected by the news, and so is US 30 because they're both connected to the dollar. So that's why, it's not really the best time to trade now at the high volatility news, unless you're a swing trader and you have position opened somewhere. Let's say you're buying from the bottom, right? So, and then you can keep your trade open. But other than that, it's always so much better to manage your risk properly. So yeah, I don't have any more trades open. My analysis is done. I do want to say thank you so much for joining me in this live trading room. If I may ask, if you have not joined the Discord, please do. And I would like to hear your feedback or your suggestions. What is it that you want us to cover in the live trading room or webinars? And if you go into the Discord, you'll be able to see a channel suggestions. And once you click in there, then there's going to be a form and you can fill that form and just leave your suggestions. And then I can maybe do the live trading room with different topics. We can talk about trading psychology, or we can talk about backtesting. We can talk about really many things. Trading is like, I can talk about hours. Like I can talk hours when it comes to trading and when it comes to getting into different setups or different pairs, or especially I think my favorite topics in trading is everything around psychology, is about our behavior patterns. It's about processes. So because trading is more than just clicking buy and sell. It's just way more than that. And obviously I am very respectful in a way where like people come at me with their their views, how they see it, and I always like, yeah, I appreciate that, I respect you. And the thing is, if you are like trading with bots, obviously your emotions won't really matter that much. But if you are reacting to the market, if you're doing active analysis, then your processes do matter. Like, and I struggle to disagree on this. Like, I really struggle to say no, processes don't matter. Like, no, I don't agree with this. Like, I really do. I really do agree that the processes matter. I really think that the process is like a base of who you are as a trader. If you are trading looking at the price action, if you are trading let's say discretionary trading, so you're making decisions as the price is printing and you don't have really like a rules-based system where it's just such a clear rule that there's no place for discretion. So I think it's just so important for us to have these right processes in place and really make sure that we do our best. So yeah, let me know if you want a different topics for me to talk about, or if you want me maybe to do, just challenge me as well, like I'm here as well. Like, you can challenge me, and if you think I should use maybe some indicators, or I should just maybe trade crypto, right? So I'm open, and I'm really excited to try like new things and involve as a trader. But okay, so I think I'm going to finish it in here because the news are going to be out in 10 minutes. It's really important that we stay, that we manage our risk, that we stay safe. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And I will see you later on this week. I do need to say, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay, if you want to see these streams. And if you subscribe and if you hit that notification bell, then you will be actually notified when we're going live. And also you can go to our website and see the webinars. The live streams are also there, so you can see when the next live stream is going to be. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next stream. Take care, and I will see you later on.